Winners don't use drugs.
Bullshit.
It's Wednesday night. Shitty movie time. What's up, everybody?
And it was a doozy.
Hey.
Darius, Carol, and Moira. Thank you guys for joining me.
Hey.
For-
well, thank you for doing this as always.
For the Nicolas Cage Tour de Force.
This was definitely before he tried to steal the Declaration of Independence. That's for fucking sure.
Yeah.
It was before he switched bases with Travolta.
Yeah. This is just when he was chewing
I could
scenery.
never watch his movies after that.
It was before he had to get home to bring the bunny back to his daughter in Con Air.
Yeah.
Put the bunny back in the box.
I still won't be able to see any of his movies after not think that stupid film ever. Like, it's
What,
ruined.
Con Air?
Yeah, Con Air's ruined.
I love Con Air.
That stealing the Declaration of Independence is second.
National Treasure?
Yeah, thank you. That shit. Yeah, that shit's ruined. Like, it's pretty much all ruined.
I can't say I've ever seen National Treasure.
That's
don't know.
Pretty good. It's pretty good.
You make us watch this crap and you haven't even seen that?
It's
like
shitty movie night, Moira.
No,
Okay,
I
fair.
haven't seen National Treasure either, but I imagine it's basically
What
Indiana
the-
Jones with Nick Cage, right?
I mean,
Yeah,
kind of, but
it is
but
Indiana
less,
Jones's.
like boulders rolling after them.
All right, but didn't Tom Hanks do the same type of fucking movie, kind of?
Oh, Angels and Demons or Da Vinci Code?
I thought that was a Da Vinci Code. Is that almost the same movie? See, all those movies around that era kind of bled into each other, so it's very confusing.
Kind of, but the Dan Brown novel movies are more like about the Catholic Church
All right, I'm just
and like Vatican history.
I don't know. Movies like that don't interest me. I don't know why. Yet I put myself through Vampire's Kiss. Yet I did that.
The craziest thing about Nicolas Cage is we can all think of decent or good movies he's been in.
Yeah.
But he's been in so many
Shit bombs.
batshit crazy, weird ass, horrible movies.
And this is one of them.
Yes.
This is a top one.
I think, yeah, I was saying before to Han, because when I was DMing Han about wanting to watch this movie, he's like, I love shitty Nicolas Cage movies.
Yeah.
Oh,
and there's so many of them. There's so many shitty Nicolas Cage movies.
I think this
There's
might be
more.
one. This might be.
I think there's actually more shitty Nicolas Cage movies than
And they're all
good
good.
Nicolas Cage movies.
Did you ever see Valley Girl?
Oh, yeah, a long time ago, yeah.
I think that's when he first started calling himself Cage, because in Fast Times of Ridgemont High, he was like a bit character, and in the credits he was Coppola instead of Cage.
Yep. Yeah, he's the nephew of Detroit's own Francis Ford Coppola.
Yeah. He's
Who
like
has his own wine now.
Hollywood royalty, right?
Yeah, but he's not trying to actually cash in on that, which I think is why he changed his name.
Yeah. Yeah,
Because-
he didn't want to use the name. He didn't want to surf off the name Coppola.
Exactly. Yeah, and most people don't know. I didn't know until a few years ago.
And,
I mean-
supposedly he got the name from Cage.
From what Cage?
Luke Cage, the comic character.
Oh, Luke Cage. Okay.
Power Man. Formerly Power.
Yeah. I didn't know that. Well, see, now that makes it even cooler.
Hey, what's up, Optic Racer? How you doing?
Yeah, Optic Racer.
Hola, Optic Racer.
You just watched Valley Girl the other day?
Oh, man. Well, put it on the list.
Yeah, I don't want to do though. I don't want to do movies like that. I want to do outlandish, stupid movies.
Oh, I have no idea what kind of movie that is.
Valley Girl wasn't even really a bad movie. It was just like a teenage rom-com from the 80s. It wasn't horrible. This was horrible. This was horrible.
Yep.
This was awesomely horrible, though.
Yeah.
No, it's not awesomely. It's unbelievably.
That is a good way of putting it, Moira. And Optic Racer asked a good question. What is that photo? Uh-oh. Where'd he go?
He did not like to be questioned as to why he was Skippy.
I'm Skippy from Family Ties.
Oh, Family Ties.
The Skipster himself.
Was that like Rob Lowe?
Wait,
No,
isn't
you
that-
know what?
wait,
You know how
wait,
every
isn't that the friend from
Family Ties. Skippy.
Oh, I thought that was one of the friends from Parker Lewis Can't Lose.
No. This is from
I
Skippy.
really want to see that show now, though. I have not seen that in forever.
Yeah, same.
I've
completely
never
forgot
seen
that.
Family Ties.
You never saw Family Ties? Jesus,
No,
that's where
Oh, I grew up watching Family Ties.
that's where Michael J. Fox made his bones, bro.
Oh yeah. So that's an 80s family sitcom, right?
If Michael J.
Alex
Fox
P.
didn't have Family Ties, yeah, Alex P. Keith. If he didn't have Family Ties, he wouldn't have gotten Back to the Future.
Right.
Probably
Yeah, because he was
not.
doing both at the same time, right? Never sleeping.
We would end up with like Christian Slater or some shit.
No, it was supposed to be Eric Stoltz.
Oh,
Yes.
I can kind of see that.
They filmed some of it with Eric Stoltz. There's clips of Eric Stoltz as Marty McFly.
Oh,
They
wow.
fired his ass.
Yep.
That's wild.
Yep. And I know Eric Stoltz from Pulp Fiction. Lance.
Parrot Head. How you doing,
What's up,
Parrot Head?
Parrothead?
Hey, Fester. Hey, Parrothead.
Family Ties? Oh, what up, Fester? How you doing, bro?
I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think Optic Racer's from another country also.
My
As
boy
far as,
from the neighbor. Optic Race is from Puerto Rico.
yeah. Oh, no, that's technically the same country. But as far as 80s family sitcoms, I've only seen like The Cosby Show and Alf.
My boy from my neighborhood, Fester.
Oh, Alf was good.
What's up, Fester?
Yeah, Alf was good, but I heard they're rebooting it. Why the fuck are you gonna bother,
Yeah, I don't know why you would bother
Really?
rebooting
Alf,
it.
bro?
Because Hollywood has no imagination
No.
and they don't
Yeah.
have the balls to try something new.
Creative bankruptcy.
Yeah. No, dude, I really just think they don't have the balls to take
But
a
yeah, the
risk on
father-
anything.
Father from Family Ties is one of the dudes who's fighting off the giant worms in Tremors.
Oh, okay. The gun dude.
All right. Anywho, this fucking movie. Nicolas Cage with a weird fucking act.
Yeah, I was expecting a vampire movie.
Well, it kind of was a vampire movie, kind of, right?
Kind of, but like I said before, this was the American Psycho of vampire movies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I still haven't seen American Psycho. I've seen this movie, but I haven't seen American Psycho. So
Well, so American Psycho was sort of a dark examination of the yuppies and their culture and their
Oh, what's up?
insanity. And
Look who's
so,
in chat. What's up, LDG?
hey, what's up, LDG?
Yeah, did you?
I've been here, yo. I've been here on my channel doing these movie
Yeah.
reviews
Yep, every Wednesday. Where you been,
every
Pickles?
Wednesday.
Hey,
Everyone-
LDG. There you go.
Ouch. Jeez.
Those are some bony fingers. But so right off the bat, Nick Cage is like a yuppie, and we know it's a vampire movie because it's called Vampire's Kiss. And so immediately the symbolism came through to me as, oh, he's a yuppie, so he's a vampire on society, right?
Well, it starts off with him in the high-rise therapist office, complaining
right.
about a woman. He was complaining to his Tracy Ullman stunt double that
Yeah.
he can't find love. Blah blah blah. He's whining and moping and making these faces, and he's got this stupid fucking voice.
Uh-oh.
Oh, what happened? Oh, we lost him.
I'm sure he'll be
I
back.
didn't press something.
I thought I'd be the one to drop out first.
Things get too hot for him down there in Hot Atlanta.
Atlanta. I've been hot. Lano need a rib joint recommend bad. Here we
Yeah,
go.
Raquel. Whew. I
How you
tried on purpose. I said that.
There is a
Ooh,
non-zero chance that my
Freaking
computer might
thing.
reboot. Although I'm keeping an eye on the CPU temp. But yeah, no.
Yeah, we
So
already rebooted once. It shouldn't have to reboot again. Right?
well, you wouldn't think so, but yeah, no. As far as the symbolism, I just
pickles.
mean because the title of the movie is Vampire's Kiss, right? And so from the first scene, we can see that he's totally a yuppie. Although this movie was made when it was actually current, right? 1988.
Yeah. Well, like I said, on IMDb it said 88. On Wikipedia it said 89. So
Right. But this was a
It's
movie
still
like
the
about the 80s. Like
ballpark.
this movie was made in the
Ballpark.
80s. Yeah.
late 80s. And
Right.
what is he exactly? He works for like what is it? A book publishing company? What exactly? What
I'm not
exactly?
really sure. They had to go through files. Thought it was like a. I guess it wasn't a newspaper publisher.
No,
it
it
was like.
wasn't.
But they had to go through those files to get like reports.
Well, Maria Conchita Alonso had to go through the files because she was the
Well, yeah,
lowest
yeah.
on the totem pole.
Yeah, she was the lowest on the totem pole.
That poor woman, he fucking haunts her throughout this whole movie.
Oh yeah, he
All
does.
right.
That's a
Some
good
really
word for it
bad
too.
spiked 80s cocaine going on there.
Oh God, there is no way he did this movie sober. There is no way. Especially if you have,
I'd be kind of freaked out one way or the other because either way, yikes.
but like if you have to do multiple takes of what he did.
Well,
doing
maybe there's a certain level of crazy they were requiring or not requiring.
Because holy
so-
shit.
All right, so it's not a spoiler to say that this movie is somewhat about vampires, but Moira figured out something that seemed obvious after she said it, that if this is a vampire movie, then Nick Cage was not the Dracula of the movie. He was the Renfield of the movie.
Yeah, because he was going fucking flippy nuts, man. He was losing his shit.
We also don't even know if the actual Dracula of the movie even really existed.
Well,
She probably
other than
existed, but probably not what he thought she was.
Other than that end club scene, where he went after them and she was like, "I don't know you."
right. Yeah, no, it was it was ambiguous. And I was trying to remember if there was anything that definitively told us whether it was real or fantasy.
There are probably a couple that play pretend to be vampires, and he didn't realize that it was pretend, and he just went nuts with his psychosis. That's
Maybe.
probably what happened.
His psychosis was definitely the biggest goddamn problem in this movie.
Oh yeah,
Right?
yeah.
Like he was already
Vampires.
unstable, and that just gave him something to be unstable about.
Fuck
Right,
vampire. He was the biggest problem in this movie.
Yeah, but because it's Nick Cage, it's it still holds your suspension of disbelief, right? Because you don't know if it's just
definitely
Nick Cage acting or if it's really a man going completely insane.
Yes.
Optic Racer, it was Jennifer Beals from Flashdance.
I said it was a flash dance girl.
Also from Book of Boba Fett, when she had the tails on her head.
Well, we're made to believe it's her. Because he's crazy. Sorry, spoiler alert. Nicolas Cage is batshit crazy.
He's
batshit crazy. Get it?
Yeah, and he's clearly eccentric right from the beginning of the movie, and other characters comment on how eccentric he is, but we don't know whether he's just eccentric or completely batshit crazy until later on.
Well, going into batshit crazy. So he's at a bar. And him and this girl who she looked, I know it wasn't her. I know it wasn't her from The Craft and Half Baked, but she looked kind of like her. If anyone's ever seen The Craft, half
I just
baked.
Not
remember
like
Fire was a
25
ball.
or 30 years, like 25, almost 25 years.
She looked kind of like the black girl from The Craft.
Oh.
Look that up.
Okay, yeah. I mean, kind of. I mean, not really. She had curly hair. But other than that, totally different facial structure and everything.
I don't know. I thought her face looked similar.
Nah,
Oh, yeah.
really.
You know what? She does look like her.
That's because you're both white. No, I'm just
Oh God, really?
Ouch.
Mm.
They're very. If you put up a picture of both of them side by side, you will see that Jennifer Beals has a slightly more
No, not
squarish
Jennifer
forehead,
Beals.
No.
larger
Oh, not
jaw.
Yeah, not Jennifer Beals.
The girl he's with, when he's in his apartment with the bat flying around. That girl. That's a totally different girl.
Yeah, the girl that he hooks up with at the beginning, and what was? Let me see. What's her actress?
The one
name?
whose hair was sticking out of her hat when they were in the art exhibit.
Right. Oh, let's see.
Did you miss the whole part with that girl, Moira?
Say again?
The girl
Right.
the girl we're talking about. The first girl that he's with.
What, Jennifer Beals?
No, the first girl that he's with, a girl before her.
I don't recall off the top of my head. I'd have to.
The girl
Honestly,
who-
I was tuning in and out.
When they were
Cassie Lemons.
they were in the museum and he ditched her.
Nope, missed it. I must have been getting the potatoes out of the
Gotcha.
oven. Sorry.
All right.
Gotcha.
So I think
Sorry
the
about that.
actress's name was Cassie Lemons. So yeah, that's the girl he hooks up with at the beginning, and they're both very very dressed very classy, right? And he's wearing his yuppie shirt and tie, and she's wearing the dress with these long stockings, which he must have a thing for stockings in this movie because he only goes after women with long stockings.
All right, I gotta
Yes.
message on, make sure everything's okay with him. So
Oh, for sure. Let's see.
yeah, go ahead.
And it's called Robitussin, darling. Don't you dare fight me this time. And oh no, Optic Racer. We just watched it here before the show. So
Yeah, we watched it backstage before the show.
yeah. So let's see. So yeah, he was talking to his therapist, and then he just goes out to the bar, meets this girl, and they go back to his apartment, and they start getting undressed and getting hot and heavy, and then suddenly, out of nowhere, a bat flies in the window, and
About the size of a potato. That fucking bat. That bat was.
Oh my
falling-
God! I think I figured it out, guys. Holy shit!
What?
When you mentioned that, dude, he had rabies. He was going crazy because he had fucking
Yeah.
rabies.
I mentioned that towards the end.
I did not hear you say that part. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, he did say that.
Towards
It's
the end, I was
possible.
like, did he just like possibly get nicked by that thing? That thing was a monster. That was.
Oh, it was quite a prop.
I've seen bats before. I've never seen a bat the
They're
size.
little
Of,
tiny things.
yeah, I've never seen one the size of a fucking subway rat.
Right?
Yeah, dude, it was like a rubber bat prop on a string, and that thing was flying around his apartment, and it scares the girl off, or so we think.
Yeah,
She grabs her.
Get out of the
Yeah.
apartment.
She runs. Yeah, she runs out of the apartment naked and shuts the door, and we think that the bat is just this cock block, but then she starts laughing, and there's a little boy in the hallway just staring at her, and his mother comes and gets him and pulls him away. Oh, Optic Racer says, where? Netflix, Tubi, DVD rental with popcorn? No, it was on a streaming site.
I don't even know if I say. Yeah, it was another streaming site. I don't want to blow up their spot.
Yeah, and you don't want to use it if you don't have to.
I could email it to you, Optic.
Yeah.
I still have your email. And so then he leaves his apartment with the girl. And then next day he's at work, right to harassing Maria Conchita Alonso, who works for him. about the
Alva.
file. About the
Yeah.
file. Poor Alva. We'll just call her Poor Alva.
Poor Alva. Yeah, she seems really sweet. You know, she wears these old-fashioned dresses with, you know, floral patterns like Grandma's couch. And she's kind of demure, timid, but a hard worker. Very polite. Even when he snaps at her, she still smiles and takes it.
She takes the subway through my neighborhood. She takes the 6
Yeah.
train.
It's true. But she stays strapped.
This is another New York tale. You notice that a couple of these movies, like I haven't even been intentionally. What was it? The Executioner was New York. Basket Case was New York.
Yep. The Driller Killer.
Driller Killer. Oh God, that movie. Holy shit, that movie.
So, I have noticed that pattern, but I didn't assume that it was because you were from New York. But maybe indirectly because a lot of these came from your list, right? That you compiled from the tapes that you used to see at the local video store, right?
Yeah, or shit that I never saw that like I just heard about looking up reviews like people like Nostalgia Critic and Cinema Snob, like when they would review shitty movies.
Okay. Yeah. So I'm thinking that video store. What if some of these movies, like smaller or more independent movies, are like filmed in and around New York, and they're so independent that they only release them in the New York market?
I would say probably Driller Killer would be in that category because that shit was the most indie looking of anything that we've watched so far.
Oh,
Yeah.
you remember I was telling you about that vampire in Vampire in the Bronx?
The one you said with Method Man, right? You said
Yes.
Method.
Oh wow, I forgot about that movie.
that looked like it was worse than being filmed with my phone. It was bad.
Oh, what's up, Games?
How you doing, Games?
Hello.
Movies are one of the things he likes.
Yay.
If only Nigel was here.
Huh. Okay, Optic. 1, 2, 3 movies. Sorry, I hope they don't.
We've got to find something better because, man, all those weird ass pop ups.
Yeah, but you know, I ain't paying out of pocket for none of this shit. You think I'm gonna pay money out of my pocket to see Basket Case and fucking this shit? Hell no.
Well, you know, I thought about getting one or two of the movies we watched from Tortuga, but I just realized that my hard drive is like 95% full, so I got to get a new one.
Either way, I'm gonna make do with what I have. So
We can get like Plex. We can get like a Plex server, right? So then any of us, if we have the movie, we can just run it off the Plex server, and everyone else can stream it in real time.
hey, Games knows this movie.
Ah, speaking of Cage, apparently he's going to play a fictionalized version of himself. Of course, like being John Malkovich, but with Nick Cage.
Oh God. Holy shit! I haven't thought about that movie in forever. That was such a weird and pointless movie.
Just imagine Nick Cage holding a little stuffed Nick Cage in his hand. Put the Nick Cage back in the box.
IMDb is free too.
IMDb TV. Yeah, I didn't even know that was a thing until I started watching The Prisoner on Amazon Prime. And then I got like halfway through, and when I went back to watch it, there were ads. I'm like, why are there ads now? This is Amazon Prime. It's because they were getting it from IMDb TV. So it wasn't internal to Prime anymore. But before that, I had no idea that IMDb had its own streaming.
If this is free, it's probably not going to be free for very long, right?
Oh, there's ads.
Oh, okay.
It's free with ads.
All right. Han said he lost internet.
Oh, got too hot in hot Atlanta.
All right, they getting hit with a storm or something? We got hit with a storm today. No, I don't want to watch. I don't want to watch that, dude. I don't want to watch that.
Wow.
Colin Farrell and David Tennant. You say new, but isn't that at least 10 years old now?
It's not very new.
It's free on IMDb.
I don't know. See, I watched Colin Farrell in the Total Recall remake, and I don't have much faith in the Fright Night remake.
Okay, so one thing about that. Now I haven't seen it. I haven't seen either Fright Night, honestly. But the thing that I would expect it has in common with this one is that it's ostensibly a horror, not like a horror movie like The Exorcist, but like a horror themed movie, meaning about like vampires or other horror creatures, but with an element of comedy. But how much is supposed to be comedy is unclear, because with this movie, yeah, there was definitely comedy, but
It's
I don't
definitely.
know how intentional.
I think this movie was intentionally. Come on, at that end scene with the therapy session with the wall. Come on, we weren't supposed to
Well,
laugh at that.
Well,
we were.
so here's the thing about that. Nick Cage, people may debate how brilliant he is really, right? And how like cutting edge his acting style is versus being over the top and ridiculous. But if you take that movie that we watched and however it was written, and if you cast any other actor, would that have been as funny? Would it have been comedic?
Well, listen. That scene where he's telling her he's going to fire her if she doesn't find the file, and his eyes are opening more and more and more.
Oh yeah, yeah.
There's no way you're not supposed to laugh at that.
Right, but that's in the acting. Just imagine that movie. If it was Michael Douglas instead of Nick Cage, that movie would have been a psychological thriller. Imagine when Michael Douglas makes those eyes, it's terrifying.
I don't think I could picture Michael Douglas in that role, though.
I'm picturing it right now.
Holy shit.
Weird.
You just get that real intense look where he just sort of bites his lower lip and his eyes pop out. I want you to find that file, Alva.
I also don't know if Michael Douglas is capable of opening his eyes as wide as Nicolas Cage did in that scene.
Dude, I had to look closely to see if he taped his eyes open because they were bugging out of his head so hard. And he didn't blink.
It's because I'll tell you, he was influenced by watching Nosferatu with Jennifer Beals the night before.
Oh, yeah.
She was draining him of his blood.
Just draining him of something.
Ew.
Oh, wait.
Hey-o.
I guess we're jumping ahead. We're jumping ahead.
Here.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, okay. So, yeah, they left to go for a walk, right? And then he was at work, right? And Alva was there being sweet and hardworking. And he told her to find some one
Der Spiegel
document. Yeah, in Der Spiegel, in all of which I thought was a reference to vampires not having reflections, because Spiegel is German for mirror. And there is a little bit of a setup later on with the mirror, but he's like, yeah, I need you to find this, Alva. Find this one document in all of our files from Der Spiegel.
and he's
like,
he's
okay.
kind of snappy with her the first time, but nowhere near as it gets much worse later on.
Yeah. And you know, it's funny. I didn't say it at the time, but in that first scene where he snaps at her, I thought, no, wouldn't it be funny if she kills him later in the movie, at the end of the movie? You know, because from the first scene, he's like being a dick to her. And that's not quite what happens, but it is funny that it does relate to the through line.
All right, and then we also get that weird scene where she notices that he's not wearing socks with his dress shoes. And she looks and she smiles for some reason. And then when she walks out, he looks at her fucking feet and like, what was the foot fetish thing going on there? So
I
anyway,
like her hat.
what?
I like the girl's hat.
Oh, you mean what
girl.
the first girl?
I don't know. How many girls were there? I wasn't
Uh,
watching.
Jackie was her name, the
The
character.
first one that got stood up, or I guess.
Yeah. Jackie. That's
Ditch?
Jackie's the girl he meets at the bar at the beginning, and then they almost bang until the bat flies in and freaks them out.
Oh, we also had Sharon at the end too.
Yeah, Sharon came in at the end.
Where do I get
So-
a hat like that?
Sharon,
Well-
Sharon, who may or may not exist.
Right. We haven't seen Jackie come back the second time yet until they go to the museum. But is that the next thing after the office?
The hair museum. What?
Yeah, well, yeah,
Hair
it
museum.
looked like hair sculpture on the walls,
Yeah,
but I think it was actually just painting in a particular style.
Yeah, it looked like strands of hair you pull out of the fucking out of the fucking bathroom
Drain.
sink.
Yeah.
Made into paintings.
Gross.
He just ditches her. Well, actually, yeah, he got bit by Jennifer Beals before that. That's what it was. He goes.
Oh
he
yeah.
And meets up with Jennifer Beals, and Jennifer Beals goes back to his apartment and bites it.
That's right. Yeah. Now he met her out at a bar, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah. And they go back to.
And then after she bites him, he wakes up in the morning and he's talking to an empty bed,
Oh yeah.
bringing it a cup of coffee, talking
Right.
to it.
Right. And his hand just starts shaking as he's holding it out, and he's shaving his neck, and he puts a little Band-Aid on it, but we never actually see if there are bite marks because it's covered with the shaving cream.
Well, yeah, Optic Fright Night 85 is good. I don't know if I don't know if I'd like that new one, but
Uncaged Vampire Rage.
oh well, you just
Right.
noticed the name. You just noticed the name I gave it.
Yeah, I just noticed. So, right. So, I don't remember if that bat bit him, but Jennifer Beals definitely bit him. And
Never heard
he's
of this.
like, oh, yes.
Well,
Loving
first he's fighting off. First he's struggling. He's like, he's not cool with it, and then all of a sudden he's like, yeah.
Right. And we get to see side boob, all flattened out, squished boob from the side, and pretty sure she had a no nudity clause in her contract because there was a little bit of tape.
Saw first girl's titties though. First girl showed her titties.
Oh yeah. I'm describing this mainly for Parrot Head's benefit. There's a little bit of tape over the nipple of Jennifer Beals, but not for Jackie at the beginning.
Because Jennifer Beals was a bigger star. There you go.
Right.
She was like, I was in Flashdance. I don't want to show my tits. But yeah, that was before he goes back to the office to harass Al.
Oh yeah.
Well, actually, before he ditches his girlfriend at the art exhibit.
Right. Yeah. So the next thing you know, he's taking her to the art museum, and then he just leaves. He just walks out of the museum and leaves her there.
Walks out and gets a cab. Goes home and sits in the dark.
Yeah. And then she's just turns around at the museum looking for him, and then she just shrugs and scoffs.
Well, she calls him too.
But yeah, she walks out to the payphone and calls him, somehow knowing that he's gone home.
She's telling him to fuck himself. He's like, fuck you too. Listening through the machine.
Right. So he's already like just behaving really strangely, being a little more of a dick than before.
Or is Alyssa Milano crush? What?
Oh, Embrace of the Vampire. Being a better vampire movie.
That. Oh shit. Okay. See, I knew. All right. I knew that she showed her tits in a movie because there's constant pictures on sites of her tits out. So okay.
What, Alyssa Milano?
Yeah.
Ooh. All right. Gotta look that up. I'll check my messages, and Parrot Head will have already sent me a photo.
Yeah,
Let's see.
girls like her and Nicole Eggert, like those girls who once their sitcoms ended, they I guess wanted to be more edgy and do nude scenes and just random shit.
Oh, hey, there we go. Oh man. I guess so.
All right.
Anyway.
Don't get too swept up in that now.
That's another vampire movie with different
You have to-
titties.
you-
Okay.
You have to mute yourself if that's the case, bro.
All right, so yeah, so he just strangely leaves her there, and then she calls him, and he's like being really strange and rude to her, and then yeah, then he's back at work, asking Alva to find that file. Oh, that's when his boss calls, right?
All right, not his boss. It's the guy who wanted him to fund it.
Oh, the client. Yeah,
the client. But first of all, he calls Alva into the office,
mm-hmm.
and he's like, "You haven't found that file." He's like, "I want you to stand here and listen to the song and dance I have to give them." And
Right.
the guy straight up says to him over the phone, he's like, "I know it's an old file, and it's going to be hard to find. But take your time.
No rush.
He's dead cool about it.
Not a big deal, man.
And
yep.
Nicolas Cage is a total prick.
Right. He hangs up.
Totally
He's like,
turns that on Alva. He
Alva.
totally bullshits Alva.
The client is furious, Alva. We need to find that file. You need to find that file.
He says he's going to take his business to another agency. Yeah, no, that was totally not the conversation we just heard, Nicolas Cage. Oh, sorry, Peter Lou. Peter Lou.
Peter Lou, yeah.
And we haven't said his name. Peter Lou. Even has to say it like an asshole. Lou. Optic the spoon is Carol's cookies.
Oh, that spoon, yeah. But the spoon means she's in a good mood.
Tonight just means I'm too tired to fight you.
I think this movie like turned Carol off of all movies.
No, it wasn't the movie at all. I had fun.
Oh yeah, dude. Well,
I had a bad day. I'm sorry.
I got you.
Nothing a little Nick Cage can't fix, right?
Yeah. I still wanted to, hang out with my peoples.
I mean, he brightens up everyone's day. It's Nicolas Cage.
Dude, I really am trying to just imagine this movie without Nick Cage, and it would be a completely different movie.
All right, like think about other actors from that era that still they weren't as big. Could a Woody Harrelson have pulled this off?
Oh, dude, that would have been an entirely different movie. It wouldn't even be a comedy.
Oh, what about that dude that Angelina Jolie's name? What the fuck is his name?
Billy Bob Thornton?
No.
What, her ex?
No, isn't it her dad? Who's her dad?
Oh, John Voight.
John Voight?
Yeah, him.
You know what? Maybe if this was made when he was younger.
Yeah.
Because I could, you needed a young guy to play this part. Because he's supposed to be like the rich yuppie who's been in New York for 10 years.
Well, maybe he's just weathered.
How old was Tom Cruise in 1988?
I hate Tom Cruise.
Probably like 20.
I don't think Tom Cruise would have touched this script. At that point, I think Tom Cruise is like, I'm good, bro.
All right, let's see. I'm just gonna glance over top actors of the '80s. Let's see. Oh, Walken. Walken. He already did a vampire movie, though, didn't he?
Yeah.
Well, he did one. He did one, but he had a very bit part in it. It was called The Addiction. It was a very stupid movie.
Oh, okay. Yeah, this would have been pretty creepy with Walken.
Well,
I think it would have.
he also did play the Archangel in The Prophecy. So.
Oh yeah, and like I said, Michael Douglas. I think it would have been a psychological thriller.
Yeah,
Mickey Rourke.
I don't think Michael Douglas would have came near this either.
About Mickey Rourke.
It
It would have been super dark with Mickey Rourke because
maybe he would have.
he would have seemed less pathetic than Nick Cage. It would have just made it even worse when he yells at Alva.
Oh, and he looks so pathetic in this movie. It was fucking hilarious. Yeah. He's whining so much in this movie.
Jack Nicholson.
Nah,
Maybe
no
not
way.
Jack Nicholson.
You also have to think of the people who
Sean
would.
Connery.
Too old at the time.
For fun.
You have to think of the people. You have to think of people who didn't have a huge amount of star power at that point.
Right. Richard Gere.
He would have been too big to. Nah.
Indiana Jones. I like him.
No, Harrison Ford would not have touched this.
No,
I'm not caring if he'd actually touch it. I'm just making him do it.
Maybe like a Charlie Sheen or somebody.
Oh yeah.
Alec Baldwin.
Not Alec Baldwin, but one of his brothers, maybe. His stupid brother from Biodome. The stupid brother from Biodome.
Pauly Shore.
No, the Baldwin.
Fraser?
The Baldwin that was in Biodome.
Stephen Baldwin.
Yeah,
Daniel Baldwin.
The one from The Usual Suspects. The one from The Usual Suspects. Stephen Baldwin.
Okay.
Kevin Spacey. Busey. I'm just naming names at this point.
Eddie Murphy.
Yeah, definitely Eddie Murphy.
Forrest Whitaker.
Samuel L. No, Ice-T.
That's a little before Samuel L. Jackson started getting.
I'm not going off of that. I'm just picking people.
Let's see.
I'm remaking the movie with these people in it now.
Yeah,
Hey,
I'm going through this list.
Don't give Hollywood any ideas and have them go remaking this fucking movie.
Well, they already have the ideas.
Emilio Estevez.
Emilio.
Yeah, Emilio. But could Emilio do crazy the way Nicolas Cage did crazy? You also got to think of who could do crazy.
Right.
Burt Reynolds.
I'm just saying, man. You know, the movie. It was.
Charles Bronson. There you go.
Yeah. You know, I'm just saying, man. You know, like.
I'm gonna shoot you.
You know, when you're making a film, there's who you want and there's who you can get. And for this movie, I think they got exactly who they wanted and definitely who they needed. But you know, someone had to write it first.
Oh,
so
they needed.
I'm just trying to imagine. You know, well, who else could they have gotten at that time? And what would it have been like? It would have been a completely different movie than anyone else. Only Nick Cage.
He wasn't a megastar at that point, you know?
Right. Well, we get so many memes from it.
I can't even really think of the movie that you could say made him a megastar. Although he did win an Oscar. So I guess where he won an Oscar, you could say he was a megastar, right?
Yeah. So I mean, it worked for him too, right? Because it allowed him the chance to do that thing that only he does and make a name for himself. It gave him the room to stretch out. He definitely stretched out in this one.
Oh, he laid it all on the line.
He stretched everything.
Oh, he cried. He shed a lot of tears in this movie.
Yeah. So some people just think he's an overactor, right? Which is not to say he's a bad actor, but people have also said that he's actually brilliant, and that as Hollywood has leaned into realism for films because earlier Hollywood films were more theatrical, coming from the the stage play background, and then as method acting became more popular, then they really leaned into realism, and then Cage came along. Hey, Nigel! That guy knows everything about movies.
Yeah.
It would have been 26. There you go. Yes, thank you, Nigel. He knows everything. And Nick Cage was actually like a move away from formalism and realism in film towards a more theatrical style, right? A
What
more
about Kevin Bacon
a heightened realism.
or James Franco?
I think he was in high school.
If anyone's ever seen this movie called The Disaster Artist, James Franco was fucking awesome.
Oh, did he play Tommy Wiseau?
Yes, he did. The best goddamn acting job I've ever seen James Franco do.
Anyway, how's your sex life?
Yeah, Moira, are you watching Parker Lewis right now?
Oh, hi, Mark.
I wish I was watching Parker Lewis. I don't know where to even look for that.
A secret Parker Lewis can't lose marathon. There's secret Parker Lewis marathons going on I don't know about.
I need to find it. I wonder where it's at. I'm gonna Google. Where can I find Parker Lewis can't lose?
Sign me up for it.
Get out of my life.
Can't lose.
Okay. Okay, now we're reading the movie. So after he yells at Alva, but harder. When we know that it's not the client, it's him making her work hard.
He lights up a cigarette and he does this weird point out of the door. Am I getting through to you?
1993. God, I am old. Holy shit.
Right. She's like, yes, Mr. Lowe.
All right. I gotta see if I can at least drag up some ifs.
And as the movie progresses, he becomes more and more
Unhinged.
averse to more and more unhinged, more and more unpredictable, more and more abusive to others, and he becomes more withdrawn from the son. And
the sun seems to be making him sick.
Right. And so he seems to be slipping slowly throughout the movie into what he seems to believe is vampirism.
Vampirism.
What appears to be vampirism.
Oh, holy crap. Brittany Murphy is in one episode of Parker Lewis Can't Lose.
You make it so sexy when you say it like that. Vampirism.
Vampirism.
Mila Jovovich was in an episode of Parker Lewis.
Yeah. So many memes from this movie.
There we go.
Animated is a word I would use to describe him in this movie. And I think you even said he was like a cartoon character.
He's a goddamn living Looney Tunes character.
Yeah. Yeah.
He even moves like one.
Yes.
Look at this shit.
Yeah.
No blinking.
Well, also, this is only like 5 seconds of that speech. He gave like a minute 30 speech, long speech with those eyes bulging out of his fucking head.
Yep. Poor Alva had to take it.
Poor Alva. You feel the worst for Alva out of everyone in this movie.
Right.
Absolutely.
That is the question, Optic Racer. That is the fucking question that this movie leaves us hanging on.
You got to decide for yourself. Okay, so what was the next thing that happened?
Did the bat somehow bite him in that encounter, and that drove him crazy?
Yeah, I didn't see it bite him, but it might have. I mean, we know that Jennifer Beals bit him.
Yeah.
Rachel.
Well, we don't know that she bit him.
We saw her bite him.
Yeah, but it could also be just him slipping into madness.
Right, from the bat bite. Maybe.
All right, who knows if even that he was seeing a psychiatrist the whole time? Now that I think about it,
Oh yeah, well yeah, because we keep seeing him back in her office talking to her.
maybe he was just talking to the wall the entire time.
Spoiler alert.
Sorry, we're 15 minutes into talking about this movie. So.
Right.
Wait, you forgot? I
So-
didn't watch it because I didn't pay attention. Don't spoil it for me.
Okay, are you gonna watch it on a replay or something?
No, absolutely not.
Okay. How dare I spoil the movie? You're not gonna fucking.
I'm
see-
sorry.
Now see, there's like a revolving pattern to the scenes of this movie. And I can't always remember what order everything happened in because it goes around from him talking to his therapist to him going out to like the bar to being in his apartment to being back at work, and then it keeps rotating around, right? And so like he spends some time with what was her name? His girlfriend Jackie. But then he's also spending more time with Rachel as the movie goes on, becoming progressively more and more vampiric.
Well, the only time he spends with Rachel is when she's draining blood from him.
Right.
Like after the first encounter, every other scene we get to like maybe the last, I don't know, like last 15 minutes, 20
Yeah.
minutes is when we see her not fucking draining blood from him.
Right. Because Jackie gives him another chance for some reason. He calls her up and says like, "Hey, look, I'm sorry. I was just being a dick, and why don't you meet me at 9:00? Let me make it up to you." And she's like, "Okay." She gets dolled up and goes out to the bar and sits there, and he
There's
is.
a knock at his door. There's a knock at his door while he's getting ready.
Oh
and
yeah.
he answers the door, and there's no one there. But he's
Yep.
got this trance over him. And then he starts to go outside, and then Jennifer Beals appears behind him, coming down the stairs, and draws him back to his apartment. As he's making a very stupid face going back up the stairs.
Oh, that was when you said you'd been in that building, right?
I'm pretty sure I've delivered stuff to that building. That lobby looked very, very familiar. Yes, this was a Manhattan movie. I've delivered a lot to Manhattan places.
Yeah. So she's waiting and she's checking her watch, waiting for him to show up. He's just sitting at home in the dark, right? Well, yeah, and Rachel came in with him, but he does eventually go out to the bar, doesn't he?
Well, no, he's home getting his blood drained.
Oh yeah, so he just stands her up again.
She writes him an angry letter.
Yeah.
Finds it and like tears it up crying. All right, first of all, we see that he wants to find love. We skipped over that whole thing in the beginning, that he does want to find love. This fucking idiot, this weirdo idiot, does want, because we see that he's in, there's a scene, like it's the first scene where we see him in his workplace. He does peek the blinds down and he looks outside and sees this couple standing near a hot dog stand kissing.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
He does
yeah.
talk to his therapist about trying to find somebody.
Right. And that's why later when he's in the cab and the old cab driver has a photo with his wife and he's like, "See, she's my whole world." You know,
The
there's
one who
work.
pops up in a hallucination later.
Yeah. Yep. He's like, "See, there's work, but then there's love."
Skippy McNugget looks sketchy. I'm Skippy McSkipperton.
Yeah. So she writes him an angry letter. And he, told his therapist he wants to find love. Even as he's not only pushing away Jackie, his supposed girlfriend, and Alva, his loyal secretary.
Harassing the fuck out of Alva.
Right. So he's pushing both of them. Well, yeah, especially her. He's being very abusive to her, but also pushing away Jackie as he's getting closer and closer to Rachel, who just bites him and drains him.
Sorry.
How many bitches were in this movie?
There was a few.
Quite a bit, apparently.
Yeah. At least 4 or 5 if you count the therapist.
Okay, I found a whole bunch of Perker Lewis can't lose. I'm good.
He was pissed.
The Daily Motion.
Oh, really? Daily Motion has full episodes.
Yes, I am going to be sending it to your DMs.
Oh,
shit.
Slasher. I just saw the character name in the credits for the cab driver.
What?
It's Fantasy Cabbie.
What the fuck?
So the cab driver wasn't even real?
Unless the cab company is called Fantasy Cabs.
Ooh.
Ah?
That sounds like a very dirty cab
I'm
driver.
not calling fantasy cab though. Ugh.
Wasn't
I don't
that
want to know what fantasies
isn't that,
happening at that.
isn't that basically what that fucking HBO show used to be? Weren't there people like fingering people and jerking each other off?
Ew.
in
What
Yeah.
the fuck?
What
Well,
are
it's
you
like-
watching?
Live.
Taxi Cab Confessions, the fucking HBO
I
show.
know, bro. This is not HBO or whatever.
Oh my god, that's what I'm talking about. Fantasy cabs. That's what I'm fucking talking about.
Oh, yeah. We have
Oh,
Fantasy
yeah.
Cabs in Detroit. It comes with one hooker. You just get a beach on the way to
Because
the
there's
airport.
one hooker.
Yeah.
One hooker? What if you wanted 2, one on each side? You wrote bits.
It costs 50% extra.
All right.
Okay, Moira, I don't believe for a fucking second that you don't remember that show Taxi Cab Confessions that used to be on HBO.
Whether I remember or whether I watched it is a totally different thing.
That's what I'm talking about. Whether you remember
I
it or
didn't know
watch
it was
it.
porn.
But I was
I don't
trying to
think
explain
it
it, dude. We're live.
No,
Like,
I
this is
don't
not that
think
kind
it
of
was-
show.
I don't think it was always porn. There was just sometimes where people were fucking around in the back seat, and there were other times people would like basically spill their life story to the fucking cab driver.
Yeah. That part I remember. Yeah. They just tell
It
very
was like a
personal stories.
crapshoot. It was like a crapshoot. You didn't know what you were gonna get when someone got in that fucking cab.
Is that what we watched tonight?
Those
I don't know what's
HBO,
going on.
No.
those
I'm kidding.
90s and HBO, those 90s and 2000s HBO, easy as fuck.
Yeah.
Where
Yeah.
did that
That
go?
was when they had real sex as a show.
Well, they had also there was a fucking documentary where they were following this guy who took ecstasy with his kids, and like they used to go to raves.
Ugh.
This fucking guy's like 45 years old, like trying to hook up with like fucking like 18-year-olds and shit.
Oh, Lord.
That was disgusting.
Yeah, I was saying those HBO shows, they were grimy as fuck.
Yeah. That's why Mad TV used to parody it, saying it's not, HBO. It's
not
not
porn.
TV.
It's not
It's
porn. It's HBO.
Yeah. Well, because HBO's slogan was "It's not TV. It's HBO."
Yeah, and on
They're
Mad
like-
TV, there's this, it's not porn, it's HBO.
Yeah. Yeah. So okay, so where were you at in the movie?
Oh yeah,
He's
there was a movie.
unraveling.
Yeah, there was a movie.
There was a movie, yeah. And it had Nick Cage as a vampire? Question mark?
And that- and she
Yeah.
was in-
Yeah, Carol, and you said it was super hot when Nick Cage was
Super
playing a crazy vampire.
Yeah,
Don't you remember saying that? You were saying how
I-
hot it was.
so hot. It was. Hot,
Would
like
you
hot Atlanta.
would you
Are you-
let him, if you were chilling in the bar with Nicolas Cage in this movie, would you let him take you home and show you the bat.
Sure. Show me the bat.
I want to take you home and show you my bat.
I hope somebody says that to me someday.
You want to come home and see my bat flying around?
We all have to have goals, don't we? I hate my life.
Can you tell me the alphabet? Say the alphabet for me, baby. A, B, C, D, E, F, G.
I need an adult.
You need an adult.
I'm not even that high.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Jesus.
So yeah, as he starts like just grinding down Alva for not finding this file that he keeps her like busting her butt looking for all day every day, he goes to the therapist and he's like, "Where would the file be, huh? If the whole master file has all the documents related to that case, where would the file be? It would be in there, right? It would be in there, right?" For some reason, his therapist is like wasting time talking about where a file would be.
You put the file in alphabetical order, right? A, B, C, D. And she's and
He goes through the entire
And
alphabet.
and then he starts doing these weird poses too. Remember, he does these weird little poses with his hips, with his hands
Yeah.
on his
Oh yeah. He'd just be like
I've
standing up on the windowsill.
filed anything. Well, he's never misfiled anything, so he's very upset.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know why he doesn't just look for the file himself, but he refuses. Not only does he refuse to help her, he refuses to get anybody else in the office to help Alva, right? Because she's the lowest on the totem pole.
He's
And even
also
if he could get someone else to do it, he wouldn't.
driven mad.
Poor Alva.
We see he's also being driven mad.
Yeah.
He's being driven mad.
Right,
Why
mad
is
enough
he
to go
so
out
mean to her?
and he collects like a pigeon, I think, and he brings it into his apartment. And
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
Isn't that cockroach?
he's gone to eating pigeons and water bugs. Yes.
oh yeah. Now that was very Renfield, like Moira pointed out when he picked up the bug off of the stove and just and I think it was Nick Cage eating a live bug.
I swear,
He
I
just-
think it. I swear, I think he really did that.
I
That
think he
shit
did.
looked You really
He-
fucking did that.
He just threw it in his mouth, chewed it up, and ate it.
I bet.
And
He,
then
I bet he really did that.
yeah, that was very Renfield. And then he goes and gets the pigeon, and then cut to inside of his apartment, and there's feathers everywhere. And Moira
That's
was
all
like,
right.
"How big was this
Yeah.
pigeon?"
That's true though. Moira did say where it's like it was one pigeon. There can't be so many feathers.
Right.
Then it was more and more bodies of pigeons, and I was like, oh, okay, that makes
Okay,
sense.
so what did he keep going out of his apartment and
I
collecting?
guess he did because at the
Yeah.
point there was at least 2 or 3 like pigeon bodies.
He
Yeah.
took one pigeon and put it under his
It probably
jacket.
saved us the trouble of watching him running around hunting them down and grabbing them.
Yeah. But as the camera pans from the front door of his apartment along a trail of feathers,
Oh,
all
he's
the
also
way.
now has a makeshift coffin.
Oh yeah. Well, when it pans over to him, he's got his belly sticking out, and he's like rubbing it like he just ate like a buffet of pigeons. He's like, ugh. Yeah. And then yes, he goes to take a nap, and he's got the sofa flipped upside down, a black leather sofa upside down with pillows on the floor.
Like a bunch of stacked books.
Yeah. And he's able
With
to flip
pillows
it
on
open.
the floor.
Yeah, like a coffin. He lifts it up, gets down, and then just sets it back down over himself and goes to sleep.
What a weirdo.
It's kind of a cool like makeshift coffin, though, you know.
But it ain't no coffin, it's his couch.
And
He
Carol,
made
that's
it. You made it. You got to make do with what you have, right?
Do you
What
remember,
the hell?
Carol? That's when you said, "Ooh, I want to get in the coffin with him."
Oh yeah, I did say that, didn't I?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you did. You
Flipped it,
definitely
right? Okay. Carol, you whore.
did.
Yeah, I definitely said that. So
Yeah, I'm glad you remembered
Off
it because
coffin couch.
that totally happened.
I know. I'm not. I hate you. You're supposed to be my best friend.
All
So
right.
take that.
So he gets so abusive to poor Alva, who's just sitting there at her desk, covered in documents. There's piles of documents that he comes out of the office, his office, and just looking right at her, and he starts storming towards her, and he jumps up on a desk.
Yeah, he does like a full like from the floor jumps, lands both feet right on the desk.
Yeah,
There you are.
yeah, there you are, and as if it was not even written, she gets up and runs away from him. And she's like, ah! And he chases her through the building.
Into the women's bathroom.
Right, into the ladies'
That-
room. And there's
that
some
old
old woman in there
That
who
old
cusses
woman's
him out.
bathroom.
She says something to him like, "Are you fucking serious?" And then, but she doesn't even look. She just kind of keeps walking away. And then
Alright,
she
so
like,
he's cornering her. He's cornering Alva, and Alva's like, I have a gun, I have a gun.
yep. And he's like, "Shoot me!"
Oh, did he
Well,
put it in his mouth?
That wasn't until the end.
Okay,
when he
okay.
was telling her this shit. That was the first time, because she didn't pull the gun out on him that time. And then he just felt bad. It's like he turns around. It's like, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Yeah. He did keep apologizing. As he was like escalating in his abuse, he would also keep apologizing.
It was the next time where she pulled the gun. She actually pulled the gun out of her purse on him. And that wasn't successful at all. So.
Nope.
Poor Alva.
Oh yeah, because she was shooting at the ground, right? And he's like, "No, shoot me!"
Well, she was also shooting blanks at the ground.
Right.
Because her brother gave her blanks instead of... Her whole thing was thinking that she could pull a gun on someone trying to mug her on the train.
Right, because she lived in the Bronx.
And she had no bullets in the gun.
Just blanks. And so then she says, "Please don't blank me." And and then he grabs her and bites her.
She didn't say that. She couldn't do that.
Well, no, but I don't want to say the word she really used.
I know.
And
I know what you're saying.
but then he bites her the same way that Rachel would bite him.
Please don't Me Too me. Hey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Please don't blank me.
Oh, I'm gonna blank you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he literally said, I'm gonna blank.
Right, and then he bites her. And it was like, whoa, whoa, right? And every time she doesn't go to HR, right? She just is back at her desk again. Every time.
I don't think there was HR.
No.
She likes to bite.
No, because then we see a boardroom meeting with
There's a boardroom meeting. It's supposed to be a good old boys meeting.
Yeah, the boys club.
Yeah. The locker room took.
Like, hey, you really scared of this time.
As a former president might be quoted as saying, his locker room took.
Some dude that's like essentially Groucho Marx is there, and the older guy's like Dick from RoboCop.
Oh, you thought that was Dick Jones from RoboCop?
Yeah, for a second I did.
He did look kind of like from far away. It did kind of look like the fake version of it.
Right, but they don't care at all. They are not at all concerned. Yeah, there's no HR. They're not worried about Nick Cage at all whatsoever.
I mean, why would you worry about Nicolas Cage?
Well, I don't know. Alva was pretty
Yeah,
unsettled by
you're
him.
pretty goddamn worried about him.
Mm-hmm. Worried enough that when he came out of the office and jumped up on a desk and said, "There you are," she got up and ran away immediately without hesitation. And then he cornered her in the bathroom, and she's like, "I have a gun, I have a gun." And then next thing you know, she was back at her desk again. So,
No, but then
Nope.
she didn't want to come into work the next day. Remember?
oh yeah, that's right.
Remember, she calls out sick.
Right, because she already asked, when he was like, "Hey," it's like, "Where are you going?" It's like, "Oh, I'm going home. It's 5 o'clock. Did you find that file yet?" No. And he was like, trying to get her to stay late. And I think it was after that she just didn't want to come in, right?
No. She calls in. First of all, he's been showing up to work with the sunglasses on, just walking through the office smoking cigarettes.
Yeah.
That's what I do every day.
Like lurking
Yeah.
over everybody.
Yeah. And then, so he goes to her house when she won't come to work, right?
Takes a cab from Manhattan to the Bronx to go and pick her up. Well, first he spies on her. He spies on
Through
her.
the window.
He sees her ironing her shirt in her bra
Mm-hmm.
through the window while he's standing there with his hunched shoulders and the sunglasses on. And she lets him. She answers the door for him. She actually answers the fucking door for him.
And Carol said, "I wish he'd stare through my window."
Ugh.
That's how I stare through yours, Darius. Trio.
Yeah, wait, did her brother live with her, Emilio?
It looked like that at the end, right?
Okay.
All right, yeah. So he gets her to go into a cab to go back
Fantasy
to work.
cab?
The fantasy cab. But there's no hand job involved.
No,
Aw.
just a sweet photo of the old cabbie and his adorable wife.
And Nicolas Cage throwing another shit fit about the file.
Yeah, he won't shut up about it.
What's in the file?
Very
We don't know.
important information that Nicolas Cage needs.
Oh,
Yeah.
It's the Der Spiegel file. Damn, Carol. The least you could have did was watch the movie with us, Carol.
But then you just said it was in Lord of the Rings. Schmiegel something.
Spiegel, the mirror. And with the mirror theme, I started to wonder if he would lose his reflection. And we
No,
are
he's-
getting to a point.
2 fucking mirrors. We see in 2 mirrors that we can see him perfectly.
Right. Well, we get to a point where he punches a mirror because he feels like he's unraveling. He's like, "What is happening to me?" And he punches a mirror, and it fractures. Right. So it's symbolically his psyche.
He also destroyed a lot of furniture by this point. In the movie.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
His
Oh, yeah.
apartment alone. What do we get?
Yep.
Like 3 separate scenes of him destroying his own furniture.
Oh, yeah. Yep. And when he punches the mirror, he looks in it, and you see his reflection is fractured. Right, representing his fractured psyche. But then a little later, he looks in the mirror and he's like, "Where am I? Where did I go?" As if his reflection is gone, right? Once he's become fully a vampire. But then we see from another angle that his reflection is there in the mirror, but he seems to be unable to see it.
What?
Mm-hmm.
You trying to trick us?
Right. So he's avoiding the light. He's wearing the sunglasses, right? His behavior is becoming more violent. He can't see his reflection. He's sleeping in a coffin, right? He's eating animals,
Bugs.
Bugs.
He needs a
bugs.
therapist.
He has a therapist, but she seems
Better one.
more and more unprofessional.
He has a wall.
Well, yeah.
Oh, and he also has his fake vampire teeth too.
Oh, I
Fake
saw
what?
that. That was stupid.
Oh, yeah. He goes to the joke shop from a guy who has like a pretty sweet Baphomet pentagram shirt. And he tries to buy these nice 1999 like $20 premium vampire fangs, but he doesn't have enough money. Even though he's like this yuppie with this cushy job, he doesn't have $20 on him. There's like a credit card in the wallet that he doesn't use, and he's like, "Well, I got like $3." And so the guy at the joke shop is like, "All right, well, you can have these cheap plastic fangs." And he's like, "I'll take them." And he puts them in his mouth, and he pretty much wears them for the rest of the movie.
Yeah. He falls asleep. All right. Well, first he goes and murders that girl in the nightclub. Then there's some random blonde girl.
What's murder in this too?
Well,
Yes,
so he goes to the
random
nightclub, and it's
snorting cocaine in an empty like lounge room in the back.
right. There's no dialogue in that scene. He just goes into this club.
Oh, yeah.
It seems to be like a goth club, although no one's really dressed the part. He just walks through with the fangs in his mouth. Nobody seems to notice.
He's pointing at his stupid teeth. He's pointing at his stupid fucking fake teeth.
Yeah, he goes into this room where there's like VIP, where there's nobody else back there except this one girl at a booth doing cocaine. And he goes and sits next to her, and then he touches her, and touches her neck, and she lets him, and then he bites her, and she's like, then she starts freaking out and pulling away from him, but he grabs her and he just bites her on the neck, and then until she falls down, and he's got like blood all around his mouth. And then Rachel comes in. We're like, what's she doing here? And she basically
emasculates him.
Yes.
And then some other dude comes up and finishes the job, like just talking down to him. Like she spits in his face and shit.
Yeah, she spits on him. Yeah, totally different now than before. Now that they're in public. Yeah, she basically, like you said, emasculates him, tells him off, and has a new man, and then returns to the dance floor with him, with the guy. And he feels crushed.
And then he comes through the crowd and goes right up to her, and she doesn't know him, and it's like,
yeah, he finds her on the dance floor with the guy, and she's like, doesn't recognize him.
And then he
starts
throwing a shit fit, saying, "Look at her teeth." Well,
she's a vampire. She made me one.
Yeah, security's dragging his ass out of the club.
Look at her teeth. She's a vampire. She made me one. Look at her teeth. Meanwhile, she does not smile after he starts saying that. She grins, but at no point do we see her teeth.
So she a vampire?
She acts like she doesn't know him. She acts like she's never seen him before in his life.
Right.
In her life. And who knows? For all we know, with the way this fucking movie ended, maybe she didn't. Who knows? Maybe they never even met.
Right. So he gets thrown out. I forgot he punched the bouncer on the way in. I totally forgot.
Yeah. With his
right
fake teeth. Yeah, he walks right in with his fucking fake teeth. Fucking punches the bouncer in the stomach.
Yep. And just walks right on in. And yeah, that's when he found the cocaine girl. But then so now after security throws him out, could have been the same bouncer that he punched. They throw him out, and he walks up to this wooden pallet stacked up against a wall, and he pulls a plank off. This long, sharp, triangular piece of wood. And
yeah, he breaks it off. He hands it to a random stranger.
Yeah, there's a couple walking by, and he's like, "Here, stab me with it." Trying to get them to impale him through the heart with this giant plank of wood. And they don't even respond to him at all. They're just dragging this plank of wood down the street, still with like blood all around his chin and neck and the fake vampire teeth in his mouth.
And his undone
still wearing
hair.
a suit. Yeah, and his hair's all out. He's still wearing a suit, but his tie is all loose. There's blood on his collar. And he's just walking down the street like this, looking like a mess.
He's dragging the stake down the street.
Right.
Like getting in the way of traffic.
Now, Moira pointed out at this point that it would be really obvious to anyone around that this guy is unhinged and crazy, and he's making a spectacle of himself. But this was set in New York.
Well, there was
Where
a couple of women while he was having that therapy session with the fucking banister outside. Those two people were the two women went behind him, kind of looking at him like he was crazy with that wood under his arm.
now, Moira, people in New York are conditioned to ignore people like that.
Yeah. Yes. Like I was saying, at that point where he's dragging the street down, dragging the stick down the street, moaning, like he's getting tortured. It was that point. It's like, yes, I've seen that in Manhattan. I literally have seen that in Manhattan.
That's frightening.
And
It's fucking
that's
frightening.
when you just walk on by.
Yeah, you don't make eye contact.
You don't ask, hey, how you doing? When someone's
okay, buddy?
when someone's having a therapy session with a wall, yeah, I'm good. I don't want to know you.
I used to have a dude have a therapy session with a tree across the street.
Ugh.
He didn't live on the street.
Shit, do you live in New York? I don't know.
No. Well, near New York, but not in New York. He said he was looking for his cat, but he was clearly arguing with that tree. Every day. Him and the tree are both gone now.
Seen it before.
Well, it's not that different from the when he meets the therapist the second later. Because he walks right up to this green wooden wall, I guess, or a green post. And for a second, I thought he was like, it was an intercom on it that he was buzzing in to talk to the therapist, because it cuts to him talking to the therapist up in the office. Still holding the stake.
He's got the stake under his arm and he's standing on the windowsill.
Yeah.
Telling her how her action is like he's found the right way. He doesn't need her help anymore. All this shit.
Yeah. And then it cuts back and we see that he's still outside talking to the post.
Bloody, still covered in blood with the undone suit. It's cutting back and forth from this. It's fucking hilarious. This was a comedy. There was no way this was not a comedy.
But a very specific kind of comedy. A dark comedy. A surreal dark comedy.
A Nicolas Cage.
Yes.
Okay, so the wall, aka his therapist, decides to play matchmaker with him while he's on this insane fucking talking to the wall spree. What was her name? I forgot. Oh shit! What was her name?
Sharon.
Sharon. There we go.
Says, "Oh, well, if you'd only told me sooner, because my next patient is the same situation."
And then we meet Sharon, non-existent Sharon.
Yeah. She just shows up at the end, and she's not even real. And well, I don't know, probably not.
Well, before he goes on his way, he has to confess to the wall therapist that he was involved in a grape,
Yeah, that he blanked Elva.
and that he murdered the nightclub girl. And
Right. The therapist says
And the
nothing wrong with that, just a release of id.
yeah, and then when he confesses to the murder, it's like, people die in this city every day. It's like, you haven't even been arrested yet, and you're
Yep.
complaining to me. Go. So off he goes, talking to somebody while
Yep.
they walk down the street, and he's carrying the fucking stick,
Yep.
and he can't even make that thing last because he's screaming at an imaginary person on the steps of his own apartment before they go in. Holy shit. Oh my god.
Yeah, he managed to be happy and then break up with her by the time he got in the door.
Yeah.
Like, dang.
It was like a 5-year relationship built up in 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Oh shit. And then he's throwing a hissy fit, and then goes. Well, first of all, Alva is waiting outside. Oh, we forgot about that.
Oh yeah, yeah. So
Alva and her brother are waiting outside because Alva wants vengeance. Well, Alva's brother wants vengeance.
yeah, after the blanking, she told her brother, yeah, the brother's not happy about it, and he wants to get this guy. So they get in the car, and Emilio, the brother, drives Alva all the way down. He's like, "All right, so let me know when you see this guy." You know, as if she needs to point him out. And next thing you know, he comes walking up the street
As if she
with
needs
the
to point out the bloody guy with this fucking stick.
with the vampire teeth in his mouth, talking to nobody.
And the Mr. Hyde type suit. Fucking covered
Yeah.
in blood, all disheveled.
Right. And so when he goes into the apartment, having just broken up with Sharon, Emilio's like, "Is that the guy?"
It's like,
Alva's
no
like,
shit, that's the guy.
yeah.
If it's not, that dude needs to be put out of his misery. Holy shit.
Oh, God.
So he,
At least we do see that he did want to be put out of his misery.
yeah.
We
Yeah,
did
'cause
see
he
that
goes-
he did want to be put out of his misery.
He goes into his apartment, which is completely destroyed. Everything's a mess still. And he lifts up the upside down couch,
The couch
like his
coffin.
coffin. Yeah. And he gets in, he gets underneath it, and then
Well,
he holds.
Nicolas Cage takes the stake and puts it over himself,
Yeah. He holds
And
it
then-
over his chest.
and then Alva's brother finishes the job.
Yeah, he just comes in and sees the guy, a guy who's clearly insane or has serious mental problems, and just holding a stake up over himself. So Emilio just decides to bash the stake
Yep.
through his chest.
Finish the job.
Yep.
Sure, why not? I would have.
You wouldn't have killed him?
No, I would have.
Oh, okay.
For funsies, at least.
It was funsies for both of them.
Funsies. My
I don't know. I don't think this was very fun for Nicolas Cage's character. Maybe it was fun for Nicolas Cage himself to just act like a fucking moron throughout the whole movie.
Mhm.
He'd be like, "Hey, they're telling me to do this. I might as well." And
He
yeah,
had fun
end of the
doing it.
movie. We got a like a thing of Jennifer Beals, and we're made to believe that the vampire thing still happened. Remember, right after he dies, it fades
Oh yeah,
out.
yeah.
You gotta-
There's a vision of her one final time. Yeah, where she's like dreaming.
and then movie, and yeah, that's the fucking movie.
Credits roll.
And
Yep.
it's officially Nicolas Cage's stupidest fucking movie I've ever seen.
Oh, I'm sure there's worse.
I don't
They
know,
might
and I
not
don't
even-
want to. I don't know if I want to
They
find
might
out.
not even been made yet. We don't know.
I haven't even seen Ghost Rider 2 yet.
I've
You're
never
not
even
missing
seen
a
Ghost,
lot.
I've never even sat through Ghost Rider 1.
Oh
Me
man.
neither. I did see the National Treasure.
But I do
Nick Cage
have,
movies.
I do have Drive Angry coming up on the channel, so we get to watch another stupid Nicolas Cage movie down the line. I've seen
Yeah, mo-
half of Drive Angry, and I was like, yeah, this is good for what I want to do.
Well, see, Nick Cage is not the kind of actor that would typically be in a movie with CGI, right? Because he's so spontaneous and physical that you would want him to have physical props at all times, right? You don't want to have to try to choreograph CGI with a guy like that, right? You want him to have, like in The Rock, right? You got those, the giant needle he's got to inject into
but
his
I
own
guess-
chest.
But I guess with a movie like Ghost Rider, he'd have to
Yeah, they got to turn him into.
deal with the or are they really going to set Nicolas Cage's head on fire so he can
Right,
drive on a motorcycle?
exactly. Yeah, he makes the most of the props in this movie.
However, Ghost Rider 2, that's one I completely forgot existed. I remembered Ghost Rider 1 existed. I didn't see it, but I didn't remember that there was actually a second one.
Yeah, I just found out about that like last year.
What up, Tommy?
Oh, what's up, Tommy?
How you doing, man? We just winded up a fantastic acting extravaganza from Hollywood's own Nicolas Cage.
Hollywood
What-
royalty.
I heard there's a movie that he did last year where he's in it and he doesn't say a word. He doesn't say a single word.
Yeah. I couldn't
Oh, yeah.
watch it. I tried.
Yeah, what was it called?
Awful. I don't remember. It's like Chuck E. Cheese, Five Nights at Freddy's.
Some stupid name like that. That's right. It was some stupid name like that.
Yeah, but
Like
you know,
Wonderland or some crap.
people said Pig was pretty good, where he's got that pig. He's got like a truffle hunting pig, and then the
Wait,
pig gets kidnapped.
that's another one of his newest ones?
Yeah, I think it came out last year.
Yeah, my friend kept trying to get me to watch this fucking one where he didn't say a word. It's like, come on, man. It's like,
I couldn't do it. I tried.
Is my dinner appointment tomorrow?
You made a valiant effort, Carol.
I did.
Okay. Okay.
I like Bringing Out the Dead, though. It was a weird movie he was in.
didn't see that one.
It's weird.
Hmm.
It's a little dark. Not fun movie.
Well, from what it sounds, from hearing what it is.
Yeah. But it was a good movie. I liked it.
All right, I'm gonna look up the name of this fucking movie. And my friend was trying to get me to fucking watch.
Mike?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those
Where
two
the-
break up and get back together so fucking much.
Slasher
Nah,
Mike?
I'm still friends with him. I just don't do anything online with him anymore. There's no reason.
Last time I talked to you about him, you were like, "Fuck him, he's driving me nuts."
Oh yeah, 'cause that's Mike.
I'm just saying, y'all
Yeah.
break up and get back together so much. It's like, dang.
That just sounds like Friends, Moira.
Oh,
That's how guys are.
I don't have very many, so.
Oh, okay.
What are friends?
That's how
Right?
bros are.
We are,
Yes.
honey.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, see, with your
Sure.
bros, yeah, you can have a whole blow up and fight and yell at each other, and then but you're
Well, that's
immediately
weird because
cool
usually
again.
if I would blow up in a fight with somebody, like, I hold the grudge, man. It's hard to be friends after that.
No, not when you're bros.
I have a bigger beef with another bro than I do with Mike. So, 'cause another
Oh,
one of my
dang.
bros. Yeah.
I got beef with my bros, yo.
Your actual brother.
Okay, I found the name of the stupid ass movie, Willy's Wonderland. There we go.
Willie's Wonder.
Yeah, see, I said Wonderland was in the title. I knew that much.
No, you said Chuck E. Cheese or something.
And then
said
I
Chuck E.
said
Cheese.
Wonderland or something.
I was like, no way, this movie's fucking called
You
Chuck
just
E.
wasn't listening to me. Pay attention to when I talk. I totally said it, and I said it out loud.
Willie's Wonderland sounds like Penis Palace.
Penis Palace? Who was in
Willie's
that?
Wonderland.
It's what you take a fantasy cab to.
Oh, all right.
The Willy Wonderland.
Ew.
Uh,
I'm gonna take my Willie to Willy Wonderland.
Yeah, closed for the season.
Yeah, everyone keeps telling me to make the two. Everyone keeps telling me to make the 2 account. I don't know. I don't know if I want to bother signing up for that. Optics asking Tommy about his guinea pigs. Tommy has the guinea pigs.
Object
Nick
Racer
Cage.
wants us to make the
Yo,
Tubi
Nick,
account.
Nick Cage as Han Solo. How about that? Replace Harrison Ford. Put in Nick Cage. But have Nick Cage acting like he acted in this movie.
Oh, that one random guy at the club. I did recognize him. His name is John Michael Higgins. And what was he in? Oh, I barely remember any of these movies. You'd know if you saw him. He was in Yes Man. Pitch Perfect. I don't watch that. A Mighty Wind. He's just a minor character in this movie. I don't think he even says a line, but I definitely saw him.
Wait, what guy in the club? Wait, which time? When he's in the vampire hunting scene? When he's wearing the fake teeth?
Yeah, I think so. Toward the end, I think it was definitely in the second half. I think it was that last club scene. But there's a dude. You just kind of see his face from the side, and I was like, I know that guy, and it was this guy. He's the kind of actor where nobody remembers his name, but if they saw him, they'd be like, "Oh, I remember him from somewhere."
Like from Princess Bride. Inconceivable. Yeah, that guy.
Yeah.
Although I do know that guy's name. Not everyone is gonna remember that guy's name.
Stuff.
He's in a shit ton of movies.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember. There's something else he's been in that was more memorable to me. It wasn't a huge role, but let's see, what was it?
What? Who? I wasn't paying attention again. I'm sorry.
Wilfred. I did like Wilfred, but no, it's not that.
He's so ADD. Wilfred? What?
It wasn't Wilfred, but he was in that. Let me see.
Wait, was Wilfred the show with the fucking
dog?
With
a puppet.
Oh yeah, what's his face? Fucking.
Oh, Community. He played
Elijah
Professor
Wood,
Whitman.
right? Elijah Wood.
Yeah. And then his dog is Australian because I think it's an Australian show.
Yeah, it's the guy in the dog suit, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
What?
Holy shit, I forgot about that. Wilfred.
Yeah, I can't watch that. I get high
Oh,
too
yeah.
much. I get scared.
It's a show. It was, how long ago was it?
10 years, I think, maybe.
10 years.
At most.
Like it's a big puppet dog?
No, well,
it's
like
a
dog.
It looked like it's a fat British guy in a dog costume, but like his face is exposed where you could see it's a dude.
Yeah, no, I can't watch that shit.
Right, so he's a dog. He's a dog. Everyone sees him as a dog, and he does dog things. But Elijah Wood sees him as like a man in a dog costume, right? So he talks to the dog all the time, and the dog talks back. But to everyone else, he's just a dog.
Yeah, I can't do that. I'll never recover.
Isn't it something like? Because I never watched the show, I just used to see commercials for it all the time. All right, did my friend explain it correctly? It was like he tried to kill himself in the first episode.
Yeah. Yes.
And that's why he was having the hallucinations about the guy in the dog suit.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, for the most part. Yeah. He's basically gone crazy. And throughout the whole series, he's crazy. And the dog is like...
Well, he didn't turn into a vampire, at least. So.
It's kind of similar, though. You know, only he can see Wilfred as like a man. Only he could talk to Wilfred.
See, I didn't even know enough that it was an actual dog. I thought it was just a hallucination of a guy in a dog suit talking to him.
I think in one of the later seasons, it's revealed that he's like a god of chaos or something, who's in the form of a dog.
Holy shit, they went that fucking deep into it?
Yeah. Yeah, it's that kind of show.
There was that other show. Remember the Married with Children ripoff show?
Yes.
On Happily Ever After.
Yes.
Where the father is talking to the fucking puppet in
the bunny.
Basement, and it's fucking Bobcat Goldthwait. Right?
Yep.
Wasn't it Bobcat Goldthwait?
Yeah, he's like the stuffed bunny. He's a puppet.
Yeah.
Why are they pushing puppets on us so much?
Because puppets are awesome.
Not like that.
Well, this show was what the fuck?
Hallucinated puppets are not a good thing.
They can
I
be
guess-
if you let them in.
I'm
I
not
guess
letting them in.
not.
Yes. I'm not
You're
letting
not
them
letting
in.
them in.
No, that's how vampires and shit get in. No. Vampire puppet muppets. I don't need that shit.
Puppets kiss.
The puppets kiss. Yeah, you should write that movie.
Write that movie.
Make them vampires though.
Vampire puppets kiss.
Vampire puppet kiss. Should they sparkle?
Dude,
That'll be the
what if
sequel.
what if Nick Cage sparkled in this movie?
That would be a fucking improvement on what we saw.
Oh, you didn't enjoy that, Moira?
Are you being sarcastic?
I mean, it was a shit show, but it was very entertaining.
Yes, it was a shit show. It wasn't even like a fun shit show. It was like this awkward, like you felt embarrassed. He was acting like this in public shit show.
Yeah, but in
Yeah,
my
I
life,
know,
I'm
but
used to that being me.
It really helped. There was
I don't know.
probably camera crew and everybody around. Otherwise, they really had that dude taken away.
I was also wondering too, when he's in the middle of his therapy session with the wall, all those people walking by him. I was wondering if those were paid extras or if they were just filming.
I hope they're paid extras. Otherwise,
or
those
just
people are
let
trying.
people walk. Yeah, I was wondering if they just let people walk by and like just react to like, yo, what the fuck is this guy doing?
The people on the street.
Yeah.
People walking by, kind of looking like, kind of side eyeing him, like, what the fuck?
Holy
if they were
shit!
looking at him,
How
then they
long
were
was the
actors.
therapy session with that wall? That was
Tell
a
me, a
while.
crazy person time, it could be 30 minutes.
That was a while.
If it was a full therapy hour, it was 45 minutes.
He's not wrong.
Well, remember we also
45 minutes once a week. That was bullshit.
we also see though, like in his earlier therapy sessions, that he's the one who always wanted to end the sessions, not the therapist.
Right. She's like, how come you're always saying your time is up? That's my job. What are you afraid of? Do you not like it when I ask that question?
Yeah, and then he just walked out.
I'll be
Yeah.
back in a bit.
Gotcha.
Wait, is that Moira doing a bit, or is she actually leaving? Because it's right when you said he
doing a
walks
bit.
out.
We're not going to talk about bits, bro.
Oh,
No,
yeah, I forgot. Yeah. Wow, that didn't mute. That was supposed to mute. That's fun. I'm glad I didn't say anything weird. But no, no, I wasn't doing a bit. It's just the timing. I will be back eventually.
Gotcha.
A long enough
I'm
timeline.
going to wrap up in 15,
I've
20
been
minutes.
triggered.
It's going to
All
be
right,
about
we're
that
wrapping up.
time.
All right, I love you, everybody in the audience and everybody on the panel, but I'll be back as soon as I can.
Go another 20 minutes or so. Whatever the hell.
I'll be as quick as I can.
Gotcha.
That's what she said.
She did.
The funny thing is,
Yeah.
I've been watching worse movies than this. I have this channel called Comet, and they play
Common?
Comet, like Haley's Comet,
Oh, comment. Okay.
and they've been playing the lowest of low budget movies every day. And whenever I'm sitting on the couch, I go immediately to this channel, and I'm just like, "Hey, what kind of shit bombs are they gonna show today?" I'm gonna have
Is
to
it movies like this?
start taking some notes. Well, I don't not with the star power of Nicolas Cage though. Oh no, there was one with Dolph Lundgren I saw not too long ago. Yeah. Oh, this one was terrible. This one looked like it could have been a UPN sci-fi show from like fucking
I remember
1998.
those.
From like 1998.
Yeah.
Yeah,
7 days.
shit like that. Yeah, this was that level. I can't remember what it was called, but it had Dolph Lundgren in it.
Hmm.
And then all right, and then also in the credits, like the credits are coming on. It says Dolph Lundgren, right? But then it says Joe Montana. I'm like, get the fuck out of here, Joe Montana, the fucking quarterback, Joe Montana. I'm fucking sitting there watching this movie. I'm like, where's Joe Montana? There was no Joe Montana.
Was it just an actor named Joe Montana?
It must have been because I did not see the quarterback there.
I think there might be another actor with that name. He's got big,
And,
bulgy eyes.
and you know what? That actor is an asshole because you know someone is
Yeah.
named Joe Montana that's more famous than you. Call yourself something else. I don't
Yeah,
care if
you-
your real name is Joe Montana.
What if
David
he had
Bowie.
the name first?
David Bowie had the decency to call himself David Bowie when his real name was David Jones. Right? If you know that there's Joe Montana, the famous football player,
Especially
then
if you're a goddamn C-level movie actor. Come on, dude.
You should write him a letter. Tell him to change his name.
I'm gonna write him a very angry letter and say,
Lots of exclamation points. And
I
caps
I
lock.
didn't appreciate seeing Hall of Famer Joe Montana's name on this 3 a.m. random garbage sci-fi movie. I was
He's
like,
got some nerve.
you really angered me, fake Joe Montana.
You know, who he thought he was. But we're gonna tell him who he is and who he isn't.
you got at least one person to watch a movie with him in it.
At least Michael B. Jordan had the decency to put B
The B.
in the middle of his name.
Yeah.
Although Michael B. Jordan isn't like a fucking D level, C level list actor. He's kind of like what, like maybe A minus.
Yeah. Yeah, probably about A minus. I think we've run out of A plus actors. Except for Nick Cage.
Yeah, he's the gift that keeps on giving, I guess, right?
Yeah, man.
Anybody ever seen The Wicker Man? Holy
Oh
shit!
god. No, not the bees!
Oh my god!
Not the
Oh.
bees!
So good, so bad it's good.
So bad.
That bee scene too. That's not in the regular version. So if I ever do The Wicker Man, I have to find the version with the bees.
Oh, the director's cut. No, the B cut.
The bee cut.
You almost lost that one.
It's a real B movie.
You almost let that one get right by you. This light is really bright.
Apparently, there's a bunch of good movies on Tubi. Oh, we could scope it out. No
Tubi.
promises, though.
I have the Tubi.
Yeah, but Wednesday night ain't about good movies.
I thought he meant, like appropriate movies, Well,
No,
we'll,
I
we'll
ain't
see.
gonna be showing.
No,
Dude,
there's
I
a
ain't,
lot of horrible movies on.
I ain't gonna be
Yeah.
showing. It's not like I'm gonna be showing Predator.
No, awesomely bad movies.
I'm scraping the bottom of the barrel here.
That's what I'm saying. We'll scope it out. That's what I mean. Like, no promises. We'll see how bad these movies are. I mean, they might not be bad enough.
I know there's one called Dumpster Baby.
Oh, God.
Good
Yeah.
God.
Another one called The Taint, and they're supposed to be horror movies.
Oh, the Taint? Oh,
Oh my
that
God,
sounds
it's
amazing.
No, you know what? You need to at least watch the first 10 minutes because
Is it about a killer team?
I'm not going to tell you anything else. Just there was a lot.
Oh,
of
what was
budget
the one?
went
Oh,
to some
oh
gross-
no. Anyone ever heard of Teeth?
Yes.
I
I know that one.
Nothing until you.
Well, I
see
know about that one.
I didn't watch Dumpster Baby. I was saving that for my best friend. She's not.
Carol.
Teeth is a feminist masterpiece.
Carol, yeah, Carol, you gotta look up Teeth.
I don't want to.
No, do it.
Carol.
No.
Carol, it's a feminist masterpiece. You got to watch Teeth.
Carol.
I don't want to watch the Teeth.
Tiki of Doom says Carol
Because
likes
I think I
Taint.
know what the teeth are, and I don't want to.
Only Carol can answer that one, Tiki.
No, I did not enjoy the Taint.
The Taint.
It was horrible. Somebody else needs to watch the first 10 minutes of it. I cannot be the only person that has seen part of this movie.
I never heard of it. Yet I've seen
Go.
Teeth.
I recommend it for everyone.
Teeth or taint?
It sounds like it could be in the same series.
I don't think it is.
What if Nicolas Cage stars in the taint, and they just like they put the bees on his taint. Not the bees.
Not my taint.
They're in my taint.
Oh, my taint. My taint. Stop
I'm
singing
having
my taint.
flashbacks of this movie. We need to move on.
Don't take my taint. Ah.
Ugh. I feel dirty.
We may have to make it a double feature.
Oh no. I'd rather look at Deej's feet.
Whoa!
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm gonna be doing movies like Teeth or Taint.
Oh no! Please do not do taint. Don't do it. But
Did you watch it?
I might as well do the whole fucking Human Centipede series if that's the case. And I
Oh
don't
God!
You at least need to watch the taint on your own. And report back here next week.
Yeah, it's called Pornhub.
Carol, did you see the taint?
Did you see the taint?
Did you see the taint? Tiki says taint 2, the gooch.
I didn't see all of the taint, but I did see some of it.
Just the tip of the taint.
I guess.
So what would the Taint 3 be? The grundling.
Oh my God.
Taint 3.
Magnum PR.
Grundle.
Mm. Anyway, I highly recommend that movie for everyone.
Taint
Okay,
3 perineum.
Because that's just a name that'll draw you in to see the movie, The Taint.
It'll be
Y'all gonna
John
hate
Dick
me when you
3
watch it.
perineum.
Y'all gonna hate me, but now you're curious. You have to watch it.
And I'm gonna write a horror movie called The Douche.
The douche?
The
Les
Douche. No, all right. When it's released in France, when I put it in Cannes, when it's released at the Cannes Festival, yes, it'll be called The Douche. But over here in the good old United States, we'll call it The Douche.
Hey, is Tommy still in the audience? When's he gonna make a horror movie where LaSoy LaWoke comes haunting an ordinary New Jersey man? Can't get away from the soy.
Jersey.
I can't escape the soy slasher. Everywhere I go.
You know what? I don't like Magnum PI.
That better be the original Magnum PI that my grandmother used to watch. And go,
I don't even like that one.
That Tom Selleck.
I don't even like that one. I mean, yeah, I guess it has the feel. See, I like stuff like Wise Guy. Wise Guy was the shit back in the day.
Wise guy, eh? Taint 3 Electric Boogaloo.
You know what? Didn't they made numerous human centipedes? So
yeah, the second one was already meta. Because
there might be a series of taints. A series.
I didn't watch the first taint, so I don't know if there's more than one.
Collection of taints.
Human Centipede 2 was already like Scream, right? They already went meta with it because the first Human Centipede is a movie in the world of Human Centipede 2, and then there's like a copycat person. So not even like a real crazy surgeon from Germany.
I can't say I
I can't.
Saw the first one, and I'm not going to see anything after that one. I'm good.
Oh, dude, I don't even think I could watch a movie like The Human Centipede.
It's
It's just-
horrifying.
Yeah, it's just too horrible. Just the premise alone is too horrible. I'm like, do I really want to watch like an hour and a half to 2 hours of that?
An
I
ex of
watched them
mine,
all.
an ex of mine, because we were on a bad movie trip for a while, and an ex of mine was like, "Yeah, we'll watch this," and I was
I
like,
don't think I want to watch
I'm
a
good.
2 hours of people pooping in someone's mouth.
Yeah, I could take Mac and Me. Mac and Me was bad, but this is a whole other level of bad.
It's pretty gross.
I don't need to see people being used as like toilets.
I still
No,
have flashes of the movie sometimes.
that's worse than the bees.
It's terrible. Cannibal Holocaust was terrible too.
Oh, that was truly terrible though.
Yeah.
That was
Oh,
honestly
never
horrible
saw
in
that.
reality.
Wanna
Yeah,
see
it
it.
was.
I keep hearing
You
about
want to
it.
see it? Don't see it.
I
Don't.
keep hearing about it. I'd rather watch that than a Human Centipede 2 or Taint.
Trust me, you're gonna want to watch The Taint over Cannibal
Well,
Holocaust.
Cannibal
Can't-
Holocaust was actually an old movie, right?
Yeah, and it's more like historically relevant as far as like the history of cinema, but it is definitely horrible.
How
It's
old
like
is
found footage
How
kind
old
of
is it?
thing.
I don't know, like 1980, maybe the late 70s.
Oh, okay.
I'm not sure. Tiki probably knows, or Optic.
It was awful. I'm traumatized by it.
Well,
Well,
don't
one I
watch
know-
it. Hi, good
one
God,
I-
woman.
One I know,
didn't know.
one I know for sure to stay away from. Once I heard the content of it was a Serbian film. Once I
Oh,
heard what
God.
that movie is about, I don't know. I don't want to see a goddamn thing about that movie. That I will
Yeah.
stay far the fuck away from that movie.
That movie is so horrible. I don't even know what happens in that movie. I've just heard that
I've
it
heard of
breaks
what
new
happens.
ground of being horrible. That it's like
Yeah,
even
that's
among
what I heard
people,
too.
yeah, even among people who watch like dark, horrible movies,
Yeah.
that is exceptionally
yeah.
Like
That's where,
unbearable.
that's where I'll draw the line. Yes.
Yeah, and I was right. 1980, Cannibal Holocaust, nailed it.
Oh, okay.
High five. Nerd. Yeah. Don't watch those
Dirty
movies.
cop. Wait. Yeah, I'm D&B where he plays a dirty cop and the kid from Lord of the Rings. Haven't finished it, but it was interesting. A Nicolas Cage movie. Well, I watched the remake of Bad Lieutenant, and holy shit, that movie was fucking stupid. Anyone ever seen the original? Anyone ever seen the original Bad Lieutenant? A very
No.
fucked up movie.
Terror Tunes is terrible too.
Terror Tunes.
Yeah, I don't really remember much about it other than I know it made me physically ill to watch. And I needed somebody to walk me back to my bed.
Terror Tunes.
Terror Tunes. Go on, watch it.
I'll watch that before I watch a Serbian film.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it was disturbing. It made me physically ill. I was going to be sick.
You're not supposed to watch these movies high.
Well, nobody tells me these things. They get me high, and then they throw these movies on, and next thing I know, I'm hiding in the bathroom.
So like it doesn't affect me in like the positive way that most people like. It just makes me really weird and paranoid, and watching stuff that I normally just find entertaining is much more terrifying to me. Like
Well, nobody tells me I'm gonna get scared.
I say, like I just have a bad. That's why I don't do it. I just have a bad reaction. So like when I remember watching the Venture Brothers, if I watched it like stoned, it would terrify me and haunt me, and I was like,
like terrify you.
Yeah, no. If I watch Venture Brothers like stoned, then for some reason I just the stuff that would happen, would just get to me. Like I couldn't filter out anything, even though it's a cartoon. I'd be like, oh god. It was just an Aqua Teen Hunger Force. This stuff would just terrify me. That's why I don't do it. I might be allergic. I don't know, but
You are allergic to it.
yeah, no, it's not like it does not help me relax at all. It makes everything like more terrifying, more like ah.
So you wouldn't be able to like you wouldn't be able to like you wouldn't be able to like smoke a joint and listen to music and chill, all right? Like weed gets you.
I could listen to music. I would not be chilling though. I'd be getting super weird in my head. Yeah, no, not relaxed, but you know, my thoughts would probably be racing, but nothing would make sense anymore until it wore off. I don't know.
So it kind of be like LDG.
Dude, I remember one time my friend was watching like Joe Dirt, and like the dog stood up on the porch and his balls were like frozen to the porch.
Yeah,
And
yes,
that-
like get him
and
up with the spatula.
Yeah, and that was horrifying and painful. Just watching that, I'm like, oh my god, wow.
Okay, you want to hear something fucking really fucking stupid? You want to hear something really stupid, Darius? I would hang
Sure.
and like no matter what house we would go to, or we would all just pile into the house where nobody's parents would bother us and shit, and we'd be able to sit there and smoke weed and just bullshit all day and just have something on the TV. Numerous different places at friends' houses. For some reason, some moron would want to bring a fucking Faces of Death tape.
Oh
And
no!
decide to put that shit on while we're all sitting there smoking blunts, drinking beers. Like some moron would always want to do that. It's like I would like to chill without seeing this shit.
I've seen some really, really bad ones. Like
Oh no.
the Nick
Well, they're
Burt
also
one.
like 50-50, I think. I think half the footage is real and half of it is
The
not.
ones I saw were definitely real.
Yeah, but then not knowing which half is real and fake just makes it
Yeah,
worse. Knowing that half
yeah.
of it is real is like, oh, this could be real.
Especially
It
when you
all
sat
could be
there,
real.
especially when you sat there on a couch smoking fucking 3 blunts, passing them around the room. It was like
Yeah, man, no, not for me. No thanks.
It's some
That's the
terrible
thing.
friends.
that's the stupid shit my friends would do. Yeah.
Mine did that too. Mine also wanted to set me on fire, take a picture, and push me in the lake real quick. They thought it would be really cool.
Oh, I had friends. I had
I didn't
friends.
let them do that.
I had friends who used to set people on fire too.
They're
Okay.
like, "We'll
I
just
know
set
how
your
it
head on
goes.
fire. It'll be like for like 3 seconds, and we'll push you in the lake, and you'll be out." No, why do you set my head on fire?
One of my friends snuck up behind another friend with a bottle of hairspray and a lit book of matches, a whole lit book of
Oh
matches.
no!
Spritz, and the side of this dude's head went up like Ghost Rider. It's fucking crazy.
Oh
Why do
god,
friends want to partake in homicide?
like Michael Jackson on the Pepsi commercial.
I don't
Yeah,
know,
it was
like a
kind of like that,
commercial.
but it was just a quick poof. And then the other friend went and grabbed a bottle of Windex and started spraying the guy who set his face on fire in the eyes with it.
Windex is not flammable, right?
No, I was just saying, like he was just trying to blind him by spraying Windex in his eye. Yeah, it was a lot of Three Stooges type ordeals going on. Came to me and the people I don't know.
Oh man, Tiki's seen some pretty bad stuff too. I wouldn't want to watch that stoned.
I'm stoned. Stop scaring me.
Just don't watch this stuff. Don't watch Cannibal Holocaust. Don't watch a Serbian film.
Don't watch
Faces
anything
of Death.
that we're saying.
Don't watch the
Don't-
Human Centipede. I'll put that on.
Don't watch that. 1 or 2.
Watch
Definitely
Teeth.
watch Teeth though. I
And the
recommend that
Teeth.
one. Yeah. No. Watch the movie Teeth while stoned as high as you can get, and then watch Teeth.
Vagina dentata.
Yep.
I want to watch Teeth.
You don't even need to know Latin to know what that means.
I know what it's about, and without even looking, I don't want to watch it.
It's a feminist masterpiece.
Just shut your mouth. We're not watching it. Not in this treehouse.
All right.
You go to your
All
other
right.
girlfriend's treehouse and watch it over there.
She'd probably enjoy a feminist masterpiece.
Yeah, she would. until she saw what it was. And then you'd be going home early that night.
She might find it empowering.
She might. I hope she does.
Empowering, not just fucking
Tied
stupid.
to a radiator. What?
Empowering and not just stupid. The movie's very stupid.
I don't know.
Today was stupid.
I've seen it stupid. I've seen that movie. It's very stupid. I've seen a lot of stupid movies. I do a lot of stupid movies.
Redneck Zombies was
Some of
stupid.
I got
Some
a
of them
stupid
here.
movie ready for next week.
Oh yeah,
The
is it
stuff.
a surprise?
The Stuff.
The
1985. 1985. Killer Ice Cream.
Oh, you told me about this one.
Killer ice cream?
The Stuff.
This.
All right, everybody, tune in next week for a review of The Stuff.
Yeah.
Bring up a poster.
End it.
I'm not
Your
ending
advisory.
it. You tell me to end it. I end it when I end it.
Oh, I'm not telling you to end it. I'm just saying.
I didn't say ending. Who's
I've been
ending
looking
it?
forward to The Stuff. Yes, Raquel, Killer Ice Cream.
Is Raquel gonna watch this stuff?
What for
Raquel,
Colin?
did you watch that
Oh, what?
movie yet?
Attack of the Killer Taint.
I
Raquel?
will guarantee that Raquel has not seen this movie.
Hey, Jill.
It's chill.
Jill, we watched a movie called Vampire's Kiss, starring Nick Cage, a young Nick Cage in 1988, as a man bitten by a vampire who begins to unravel.
Here we go.
Next week,
Next
we're
week's
going to watch
movie.
The Stuff.
That was disgusting.
Are you eating
Are
it?
you eating it?
Y'all
Or is
sticky.
it eating you?
Ew. I might not be home that night. I might be busy. Doing
You're
stuff.
not gonna watch the movie anyway.
I know. I'm sorry. I failed you guys
Yeah,
today.
And you're telling me to watch movies.
I'm sorry. At least I was still here.
Hello, Joe.
So some of it.
Just don't watch the sequel, the Serbian Stuff.
No. What is wrong with you?
Yeah, Raquel don't want to see the shit about Killer Ice Cream. She already says like,
That
nah.
is exactly the review I was gonna give it, Joe.
She's
It's
already
a
like,
movie.
nah, I'm good.
Yeah, if Jill would be
It's gonna be on my
debunking the science. It's like there's no way that ice cream could gain sentience. I find this implausible.
It's a movie.
Well, there's a story behind it, so
Well,
you just got to keep open mind.
Unless the ice cream was filled with a distributed neural network, in which case maybe it could be sentient.
That's
And
what
if
I'm
it was
saying.
like
You have to keep an open mind as to why the ice cream becomes.
Are you
maybe
being a nerd?
it's like a gastropod where the digestive enzymes of the ice cream are in the lactic acid, which allows it to consume its prey from the outside in.
I don't want to watch this now.
Yeah, I'm excited. Slash has been talking about the stuff forever.
I don't want to know about this.
I'm glad Jill
Stuff.
appreciated that.
And Tika, you should not trust me at all.
No, I think the stuff will really raise the bar because ice cream kills you slowly. Yeah, because Slasher's been saying, "Oh, that's nothing." There's a movie about killer ice cream. And I'm like, no way. You know, so he's sort of eased me into the idea that this movie even exists, and so he's finally gonna drop it.
Yeah, I can't even
Yeah,
remember how I
drop it
heard
on
about this movie. I have no idea how I heard about this movie, but I came across it, watched it once years ago.
Well, I heard about it from you.
I heard about it just now.
I learned it by watching you.
Wrong answer, fuckbag.
Anywho,
Yeah.
wrapping this up. Darius, thank you for
What are
coming
we gonna
through.
do now? Ass to ass. Hey, what's up? You know me. You know where to find me. Fixing your technical problems, but I'll be back soon. And just keep your eyes open and those notifications on. Also, I will be here on Wednesday.
Nice.
Cool, bro. Thank you. Moira?
I don't do much on my channel, but you still go and check out stuff if you're bored. You probably go to sleep listening to it if you like. That's totally fine too. Yeah. Hopefully at some point I'll put something worthwhile on. I can't guarantee it, but we can all hope. Mwah.
Thank you.
Vote for Moira.
Woo!
Oh, look. It's a spoon.
It's a cute little spoon.
It's adorable.
But it's-
I don't do anything. I go
Yeah.
on trek in the morning. I fight with LDG in the afternoons. I
that's
stalk
worth the watch right there.
Millard in the evening. Come here, go there. I don't. Raquel's sometimes Jedi Bill, and that's me.
You
And
know
I'm
what would
not-
be
There's nowhere you can follow me other than here. Don't even look.
Okay.
There used to be.
There used to be
on
until
another
somebody
platform.
Sorry.
stole and hijacked my Instagrams, and now nobody gets me.
By the way, guys, make sure you turn on two-factor authentication on all of your other services, on other platforms. You never be too careful.
Fuck 'em.
You don't want to end up like me, brokenhearted.
You know what would be a really
Don't wanna
spiffy
get
little
high.
spoon?
What about my spoon? What?
You know what would be a spiffy little spoon? That I think would be right up your alley.
Hmm.
I'm trying to remember what it's called.
Oh, I gotta give props to Han. Thank you for
It's
being.
a special type of spoon that they put sugar on when they
The
have the absinthe.
With the slits in it? Yeah.
Yeah, like the absinthe spoons.
Somebody
You
should
can look
get
up
me.
pictures of absinthe spoons, and there are all kinds of cool ones. I think you would find one right up your alley. I think they have one that looks like a skull. It's cool.
I think I'm going to start collecting real silverware.
That would be cool too.
Just throw them.
Oh, I've had absinthe. I know the spoon you're talking about. You put the
Oh,
sugar
yeah,
cube on it,
Hanstar was here.
and then you melt it with a lighter. It's like
Yeah.
you're about
No,
to
that's
do heroin, but then the sugar just
No,
melts
it's
into the.
it's sugar as well, dear.
Yeah, Han.
I mean-
Han, thank you for being here while you could. I don't know if this
Han,
movie is so
Han.
terrible. I don't know if this movie is so terrible that you ran and made an excuse that your internet was
I
down.
kind of don't blame him.
Yeah, he bailed on us.
Greaser,
Not on purpose.
my boy Frank Fester, Parrot Head, Cal, LDG,
Pickle.
Russian Bot. I'm not gonna thank you, Russian Bot.
Yeah, Russian pop. I love that.
Games. And Nigel Movie Guy. Oh, I don't know who you are, Nigel Movie Guy. I have no idea who you are.
Oh, Nigel. Oh, that's games
Yes,
and
I'm
comic.
kidding. Yes, I'm
He's kidding.
Oh, I didn't know if you knew. Shit, I mean, you said you didn't know.
too.
Everybody knows Nigel.
Well,
I
it was
Where
weird.
I'm
He
not-
said you didn't know who it was.
Chill.
What?
Thank you.
What?
I'm wrapping up, Moira.
What?
I'm saying good night to everybody. Raquel, good night. And peace out. I'll be back next week with the stupid killer ice cream movie.
Yay! Bye, everybody.
Good night, everyone.